Right here, right now, is all I ever want. All my yesterdays and my tomorrows are right here, right now. It's what I waited for. Now I can say this is the best day of my life. Right now, I want to step back.
Welcome back once again to 5A of the third annual SA Soccer Roundtable Bracketology with the 50-50 podcast. Coach stepped out. He had to rethink his picks. So he'll be back hopefully with a better pick selection. Steve, how are you?
Doing well.
Arsenal
Doing well.
fan,
We're
I see.
1/3 of the way there.
Rafa, how's it going?
Good, good.
No fights yet.
No fights yet.
There was close. So, but let's get started with 5A boys, Region 1.
Do we want to do Region 3 instead?
Oh, you want to do Region 3?
Let's start off with 3.
You want?
We can do that.
All right. Pause 1 second here.
Just to allow for Coach to get back
Since he is the specialist.
for El Paso.
So once again with District 19, records kind of hit and miss for that here. Although I will say for 5A, they did do a little bit better job of updating the records for that here. So getting started and rolling out here. Fort Bend Kempner and Houston Sharpstown. Kempner 10-1-3 in District and 20, and Sharpstown 3-7-1. I'm assuming Fort Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kempner.
I can pick that one. Crosby and Santa Fe.
Go with Crosby.
Yeah.
Houston Wisdom, and I know Steve, you mentioned Wisdom earlier, so not the typical Houston ISD school, and Rosenberg and Lamar Consolidated.
Yeah, Wisdom has had a historic year this year. Undefeated and unblemished. So I've got Wisdom advancing.
This could be a tough game for them because Lamar Consolidated. Even don't let that record fool you. They're gonna give them a game, but Wisdom has beaten some good teams this year. Like I said, Wisdom can't look past Lamar Consolidated, but they'll win in a close one.
And LaPorte and Baytown Sterling.
That's a toss-up there because they're going to have almost the same exact records.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Baytown Sterling the edge on that
Yeah,
one.
Sterling.
And then, I forgot the acronym of Austin, LASA. I think it's
Oh, I've got it.
Liberal Arts and Science. Liberal Arts and Science. So no soccer, but liberal arts and science here. Sounds like an Austin school, but 14-0. They're doing something right.
They've been the surprise of the year this year for Austin, but they are running into a really good.
Tough.
I mean,
Eastview.
Eastview, like I said, they're no slouch. They were in the tough district too as well.
Even though they're fourth in their district, well, that's going to be a close game. I'm going to go with Austin Lassa.
They do have a common opponent, which is Georgetown. Austin Lassa did lose to Georgetown 2-0. And then also Cedar Creek, they lost them 2-1, which is Cedar Creek is a district rival for Eastview, and Eastview, like I said, just kind of going over their schedule. As far as the common opponents, like I said, they lost to Cedar Creek 6-4, but they did get a win back 4-3. But they are in the district with Bastrop, Pflugerville, Conley. So that it could be. Yeah. This could be one of those
Could go to PK, overtime, PKs.
So you're picking a 4 to upset a 1?
This could be an upset here. This could possibly upset, but I'll give the edge to Lassa. But don't be surprised if this could be an upset.
Magnolia West and Belton.
I actually got to see Belton play when I was in Waco. They have a good forward up top, very physical, but it may not be enough against Magnolia West. I think Magnolia West will win that game.
Pflugerville Conley and Austin McCollum.
Connolly.
Yeah, Conley.
Waco University and College Station A&M consolidated.
This should be a good one.
That's going to be a good game. I did see Waco University. They can touch the ball. They have good ball, possession of the ball. But I think this could be an upset here. I think A&M consolidated. I think they're just a little tougher district. I think they will win that one.
Yeah.
Angletown and Baytown Lee.
I think Angleton.
Houston Madison and Rosenberg Terry. I'm assuming Terry.
I think Terry, yeah.
Baytown Goose Creek Memorial and Friendswood.
Goose Creek.
And Lamar Fulsher and Galena Park.
This can go either way, but I'm going to go with my buddy there,
Fulsher.
Coach Trevino there at Fulsher.
Waco High and Montgomery Lake Creek.
Waco.
Georgetown and Austin East Side. This one, records look very similar on this one.
But I think Georgetown has
More pedigree.
yeah.
And they moved over from Region 4 into Region 3.
Yeah.
So they're new to this region, but Georgetown.
College Station High School and Lake Belton.
College Station.
College Station.
And Austin Northeast and Pflugerville Hendrickson.
Still be a tough one for them.
Yeah, all these 23 versus 24 district matchups are pretty close.
Northeast did have that run last year. I think they squeak by this one and get to the second round.
Yeah, Northeast.
So moving over to the other side of the bracket here, Region 4. Brownsville Lopez and McAllen. I know we talked about this earlier on our show, and you said that's that would be a 5-star match, especially in the first round.
Yeah, I think Lopez, like I said, they have the history. They've won state. I think they'll be ready to go.
Lobos.
Laredo Martin versus Corpus Christi Flower Bluff, and Corpus Christi schools 29, 30, 31, 32 schedules a little bit hit and miss sometimes.
Martin's going to give them a challenge on this one, but I think Flower Bluff would just
They have the pedigree.
squeaks it out.
Yeah. Flower Buff.
Far Valley View or Donna North.
Far.
Yep.
And Juarez Lincoln and Christie Ray, or Corpus
Jolla.
Christi Ray.
La Jolla.
Harlandale and MacArthur. That one's an interesting match, at least here locally here in town.
It is. Remember, Harlandale was that 4 seed last year and upset this year.
But this is not linear, and then also Harlandale's faltered. They started hot, but then they got kind
They
of.
did pick up some wins late in the year, though,
Yeah.
to kind of turn it around. But yeah,
I think the game's at actually Blossom West.
Oh.
So
okay.
I'm gonna give the edge to MacArthur. I think they'll squeak by this one on this one.
MacArthur.
Leander Rouse and Como Canyon.
Rouse.
Canyon's gonna give them a game. They have a quality goalkeeper,
Nico, right?
Nico. If they go to penalty kicks,
Watch out.
yeah, watch out.
Speaking of Edison and Castroville, Medina Valley.
Edison.
I just
Edison
watched.
did beat Alamo Heights.
Watch out for Medina Valley's goalkeeper. Yeah. He knows what he's doing back there. He's a field player. Mateo Huerta. Edison. Yeah, but yeah, Edison.
Bernie Champion and Leander.
I think Bernie Champion won that one.
Yeah.
Is this, I think, was it Leander's first trip in 19 years, I think? Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they swept that district, right? All the way under teams. on the
Yeah.
boys' side.
Yeah.
Moving to the bottom of the bottom of the top half of the bracket, Palmview or Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, because there's several veterans memorials in this district or this region.
This
Pardon
is
me.
an evenly matched game,
Yeah.
depending where they play at. I'm gonna give the edge to Palmview.
La Jolla, yeah.
Palmview. Sherryland, Mission Sherryland and Brownsville Veterans Memorial.
Sherryland.
Victoria West and Laredo Nixon.
Good matchup. I'm leaning towards Victoria though.
Yeah, West will win this one.
And this has to be a favorite of Coach here. Far San Juan, Alamo Southwest,
Southwest.
Against Brownsville Porter. I know this early round never bet against Brownsville Porter.
Southwest does have a good. They've had a good program. They've had some deep runs in the past, but they're running into Porter, so Porter will.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're not going against
Not against
Porter.
Porter.
I know
I was like, save your breath. I was like,
That's like give Southwest some props.
Give 'em some credit,
Let me
yeah.
click and move on.
Reach just like, oh yeah. Click.
Brownsville Porter. Okay, till we get late. It's like the Bernie. Smithson Valley, Cedar Park. This one, I know Smithson Valley is your number one team.
Oh, that's for the girls.
So for the
It's
girls'
on the
part,
boys' side, yeah.
Coach Steve, you saw Cedar Park play early in the year.
Yeah, so I saw Cedar Park play against Lee. And when they made adjustments at after halftime, they came out firing, and they really could have beat San Antonio Lee in that match.
Did they though?
They didn't.
Yeah. So I guess that's yeah. But they're competitive. So and Smithson, Heather Boss is gonna have they're gonna be ready. Smithson Valley's gonna be ready. It's been, they only got 3 losses in district, but I think it was when those losses came, right? So what kind of Smithson Valley are we going to get in this one? Cedar Park coming out of a tough 25-5A.
Right. With Leander, Glenn, and Rouse.
I think
Redbird Junkie says he loves Rafa, Canyon, and don't sleep on Canyon. But Rafa's got a
There you go.
fan club for Rafa.
I'm gonna go Smithson Valley, but watch out.
This
for
could
that
go
Cedar
either
Park.
way.
Yeah.
I think they're two quality, and if they're in each other's, like say Cedar Park was in District 26, they could be the runner-up.
they
in that
announced.
district.
Where's this one again? I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember where this one is.
I think in Dripping Springs, I believe.
That sounds right. Because that's the other piece I was trying to remember.
Dripping Springs or San Marcos, one of those two.
See here. Double check in here. At Ranger Stadium.
Oh, so it's a home game.
For Smithson Valley. So Smithson Valley.
Yep. Give me
Weather could be a factor too.
Give me the Rangers.
Yeah.
So Alamo Heights over Eagle
Alamo Heights
Pass.
should have no problem.
Yeah, so I just saw Wynn play against Medina Valley last week, and Alamo Heights should take care of business.
Yeah.
Leander, Glenn, and Piper. I know this is the one
That's
that's
another
a
one.
tasty one here.
Yeah, it's the opposite
That's
of the
at-
one we just discussed. Yeah.
Those
No, that game-
25-26 matchups are good.
Yeah, that game's at Leander Glen.
Yeah. Is Piper ready is the question,
I
right?
got Glenn.
So,
Yeah, you got to give Glenn
yeah.
a little more.
Going
like
with the
a little-
home team with the other.
just
reverse
because
matchup.
just as experience, this is Hopper's first year, but this is like I
Yeah.
said, this is their building block.
Yeah.
And like I said, don't be surprised next year. Maybe take that next step to make that run.
No disrespect to Jefferson, but we know Southwest gets past the first round.
My alma mater.
Sorry, buddy.
I'll be at that one tomorrow.
At least you made it.
There we go. The alma mater air horn. There you go. There we go.
So the question that we run into is Southwest. Can they get past the second round?
Yeah, I think they will this year. Third round's going to be the question mark, I think. But Glenn is definitely going to give them a hard.
They're not the same team like they were last year. I think last year's Southwest team was more talented.
But they had the
weren't-
coaching changes last
Yeah,
year, which
too.
kind of messed that up a little.
and
Yeah.
and they were supposed to have beaten Georgetown, but Georgetown took care of business. So and they lost a lot of those players. Even though I've seen Southwest play. They're good. They're a real good team, but I don't think they're as good as they were last year. This is going to be a close one, but I'll give the edge to Southwest on this, depending where the game's at. If I'm them, I'll try to bring the game here because the last time they've played in Austin, they've not done well. At like last year at Georgetown, they were heavily favored in that game, and they laid a goose egg on that game.
And they have tried to beef up their schedule. They
tried-
played the Austin tournament earlier. They went down to the Valley for a couple of games as well. Heights in Smithson Valley.
That game's going to be at Comalander. Or maybe at Ferris.
I got Heights.
Yeah.
I think Heights on this
I
one.
see Heights. Keep going back and forth on that Southwest one still, man. Still keep going back and forth on that just because.
You think, because I know 25 is also
Glenn is just, 25,
a
5A is
rookie
just
district compared to 28.
is loaded. And then you look at Glenn's district record, you know what I mean? So it might as well be, it might as well be 14-0 as well if you put them in Southwest district, right? Minus Southwest. So, yeah, I don't know.
And who has Southwest played in the last month and a half,
That's another one.
Yeah.
But they haven't,
Yeah.
so we're switching to Leander.
And then you couple that with Rafa's assessment, because Rafa's seen them up close, is that we know they're good, we know they're talented, but they don't look quite the same as last
They
year.
lost some key players from
Yeah.
last year. That's good quality players. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So we're switching.
It's not a knock on them. Like I said, they're still a good team.
correct. I'm good with Glenn.
I think this is going to depend where they play at.
Yeah.
They have. If I'm them, I have to have the game here in San Antonio. If they go to Austin, and they've not had a good track record going up there in a playoff game, away playoff games, like I said, they were at Valley U, they lost. Last year they lost at Georgetown, so they definitely need to have the game at least here in San Antonio.
What if
I've
they,
got
what if they
Southwest.
play Piper? If Southwest plays Piper,
I think they can beat Piper.
Yeah.
so they
They have enough.
Piper,
I
but
think they have enough. They have the experience to beat Piper.
Yeah.
Brownsville, Porter, and Victoria West.
Porter.
Sherryland and Palmview.
It's gonna be a good game there.
That's Shirley.
But Sherryland will pull that one out.
Champion, Bernie and Edison.
Champion.
Sneaky Edison.
Sneaky. That's gonna be a sneaky
Edison.
game.
Sneaky Edison.
Edison has a striker that's solid.
And the question is, so Champion Bernie's been on the boys' side one of the great turnaround stories this year, right? So does the moment become too big for them, right? That's my only concern with them. Do they run out of steam competing through that tough 26-5A just to get here? They win their first round matchup, and now they're here. I don't know.
We'll give Bernie. For me, I'll give Bernie the edge, but Edison's gonna give them, all
They're
they
gonna give
can
him a
handle.
game.
Yeah.
Leander Rouse and MacArthur. I'm assuming Leander Rouse. Warres Lincoln or Valley View.
That could be a regional final right there.
We have some dice. I don't know.
The only thing is, as far as the styles of play, I've seen Valley U play. It was a bunch of kickball. Kick it to that star striker and let him score. I think La Jolla has more of a touch because I have seen him play. I remember seeing him play against Churchill about a year
So
ago.
how do they match up against each other?
I think La Jolla might have a little bit more as far as possession wise, and they have to, in order for them to win that game, they have to play that style, because if they start doing like a little that kickball run, which we saw when I saw here.
Yeah, I was there.
They're at the Highland Park game, at Kingwood Park, but Kingwood Park was able to kind of adjust towards the end to kind of stop, because that they were allowing goals, getting behind them. If they can stop that, I think La Jolla can win this. So I'm going to give La Jolla the edge because I think they play better position of the ball.
And then Brownsville Lopez or Flower Bluff.
Lopez, yeah.
And then moving over here, College Station or Austin Northeast.
I think this is where it ends for Northeast. I think College Station wins this one.
Yeah.
That's a good matchup. Good matchup.
And Waco and Georgetown.
Waco.
I'm going Georgetown.
I'm going Georgetown.
Are you?
Georgetown.
Baytown Goose Creek Memorial or Fulshire?
Uh-oh.
buddies.
Rafa's not allowed to pick in this one. Yeah. Well, give us the lowdown on full share there, Rafa.
I think, like I said, they've done well. They're in a tough district. Like I said, they're with those Rosenberg schools.
Yeah.
I could see them winning this game.
And Goose Creek just sounds like they haven't gotten enough love this year, right?
Yeah.
So,
Let me look at Goose Creek really quick.
Any thoughts on Ingleton and Rosenberg Terry?
That's another one.
I think Terry's going to win that one. That's what I mentioned, that Rosenberg district,
their second round, so
Is it 3?
quarterfinal is a 3 seed. Yeah,
Rosenberg Terry.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, Baytown's had some good. The only loss was to Fort Bend Bush, was 3-2, and a 2-2 tie with Pasadena Dobie.
Dobie, yeah.
So that's
I got Baytown.
All right, and then Angleton and Rosenberg Terry.
Terry.
Terry on
Oh,
that one.
I thought you had already checked Terry. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Pflugerville Conley and College Station
another-
A&M Consolidated.
That's another stat game there, but I think Conley has it.
Under the radar, Connolly. Yeah, yeah.
Austin Liberal Arts Science Academy and Magnolia West.
Latha.
You think District 21 might be stronger than 24? West?
No.
No.
Wisdom and Sterling, Baytown Sterling.
I'm going to go Wisdom.
And Kipner and Crosby.
Kepner.
Kipner in Houston Wisdom.
That's tough.
Oh, so RPI integrity's on the line here. So, what do we got here?
I think Wisdom has. I think this could be their year. They do make a long run.
Yeah.
Well, they were regional quarterfinals last year, so they pretty much got to this destination and fell to Richmond Foster and PKs.
Maybe that's who we were talking about earlier. Richmond
And
Foster.
Fort Bend Kempner was here. They were regional semifinalists last year, and they actually lost to Austin Northeast.
Yeah. All right, what's our next matchup here?
Liberal Arts, or Lhasa, and Pflugerville Conley.
I got Connolly.
Liverpool.
Conley.
Terry and Baytown, Goose
Bay-
Creek.
Baytown.
Yeah, Goose Creek.
And Georgetown and College Station.
I think this is Georgetown's year, man.
That's it.
I think it's
To get to Georgetown?
I think at least to be knocking on the doorstep, because
Yeah.
they've been. I don't know.
I got College Station.
Oh,
I'll let Rafa pick it. College Station or Georgetown?
That one, just kind of looking at what they've done. They did have 2 district losses.
In ties.
Like I said, they have a 4-0 loss to Leander Rouse. College Station lost to Denton. They did lose to the rival school, A&M Consolidated.
A direct
Twice.
quote. Yeah, a direct quote too from, Coach Darrell Knight at Rouse, right? Remember he was talking about things changed for us, even though they won district last year as well. He said things dramatically changed for us when we didn't have to worry about Georgetown in the realignment this year too. So, yeah, they've been trucking along. They've been solid. They've been good, and obviously, who knows where they play this match? But yeah, I like Georgetown.
we're rolling with Georgetown.
We're waiting on Rafa.
Yeah, I'll go with Georgetown.
Rafa's the tiebreaker here.
All right, here's where we start to question Brownsville Lopez. Lincoln or Brownsville Lopez, two of the favorites of Rafa's.
It's like one of the Valley Classics. The one thing is, Juarez Lincoln hasn't made it to a state tournament. Lopez has. I'm gonna give the edge this one to Lopez. They've been there, done that. same coaching staff.
Who was it? Porter was the champion in that district, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That I can see. Like I said, I can see that game going to extra time.
Because they got 3 losses in district.
Champion or Bernie Champion, I guess I should say, or Leander Ruffs.
I see Rouse.
I got Rouse.
I see Rouse. Yeah. Yeah. This might be Coach Darrell Knight's best team he's had there.
Porter or Sherryland?
Porter.
And Glen or Alamo Heights?
I'll go with Alamo Heights.
Yeah.
So, which then sets up Brownsville Porter against Alamo Heights, and this is still in Corpus, right?
No, this one,
No,
Brownsville,
Oh, this is in Brownsville.
Is it Brownsville?
is
Is it
Brownsville.
Brownsville? Yeah.
So the
Assuming you're
the home
going
fan.
Porter.
What's
Those-
the name of that
Sports
complex
Park.
again?
The
The
sports park.
sports park. Yeah.
I'll tell you this: they're gonna have their boatload of fans at that game.
I got Porter.
Yeah, and Porter's gonna bring it because they're not going to disappoint at home.
So you're setting up, it sounds like a Brownsville regional final.
I think it'll be a tall. I think Rouse has enough to beat Lopez. It'll
This is where
be a tricky
that
game.
see the thing with Lopez though too. Yes, they're playing at home, and I get that, but they pour so much just even emotionally versus a very good Elmo Heights squad. What are they going to have left? And forget about just physical, but
Yeah.
emotionally. What
Well,
are they,
no.
what are they gonna have
This
left?
is
We got to get there first.
so. Are you taking Leander Rouse? So
Rouse is going to be in the
Rouse,
they're going to be in a dogfight, but I think they'll pull out. They'll pull out a close one.
so then you would have
Porter and Rouse.
There we go. Okay.
Baytown Goose Creek or Georgetown.
I think Georgetown
I
continues.
got
Georgetown,
Baytown.
man. This is Georgetown.
And Wisdom or Connolly.
Connolly. End of the road for Wisdom.
Yeah. It just seemed like they've been so under the radar this year. Connolly has.
You can tell last year Rafa did not do very well.
That's why y'all brought me on, right?
Steve.
We'll see how I do this year.
Yeah, man. Your
I might not be back.
paycheck's riding on it.
So then you sets up. I'm
So-
assuming you're going Brownsville Porter since it's at home.
I would pick Porter over Rouse.
Over Rouse.
Back-to-back matches in Brownsville.
No. I like Rouse.
It's split, Rafa. It's
I
on.
think this is Porter's year. I think last year they learned a lot. You know, because that loss to Bruce
Dude,
Springs
it has
really
Brownsville in the name. Just come
Yeah.
on.
No,
Just
but-
come on.
You know that loss to Brownsville.
Yeah.
I mean, and then like I said, you know, I think they're going to be pumped up for that.
The fact that it's in Brownsville,
But they
does,
do.
does
But,
play a point, right?
but they,
oh yeah, no doubt. No
but
doubt.
they do well down there. And a lot of the regional, the times I've seen them play down there for regional, they do well, and usually a Brownsville team ends up advancing.
Yeah. No, I mean it's it's definitely within the realm of possibility, no doubt. The question is how much does Porter have left, right? Emotional in the emotional tank, right? And then how does Rouse play in an environment like that, right?
The
So
one thing you know about they're playing down there, the humidity.
Yep.
It is turf, and
It
then
will be warm.
and it is windy down there on that complex.
So is Brownsville, Porter, Alamo Heights a tougher match than Lopez Rouse, or kind of very similar?
they're very similar.
Very similar. Yeah.
yeah.
And then Region 3, where's that final at? Is that play a part either for
Was that
Pflugerville?
the Deer Park one? Was it Katie?
I think it's in Katy.
So
I'm
To-
sorry.
to
It's no. Humble.
Humboldt.
so both teams travel relatively the same. No,
I think Conley wins this one, even though they've
How did they match up against each other?
Conley beat them 2-0, and then they tied The second round 1-1.
So two squads, 30 minutes apart, will travel 2 hours to play each other. Yeah. So
Now Georgetown did have a lot like a late season loss against Bastrop, so they didn't finish well. You know, cause that and they also had a loss to Pflugerville too, which was those two games should have been won by Georgetown.
yeah, these are two squads that have just really kind of, I don't want to say resurrected, but kind of under the radar, and yeah,
So
This will
everybody,
be-
David said Goose Creek are tough. They tied Doobie.
Dobie.
0-3. Georgetown lost to Connolly twice. Who was their other
Once.
loss?
No, they tied.
They lost to
tied.
they lost at Conley and then they tied at home.
Yeah, but who are their other two losses to?
The other losses, a 3-2 loss to at Pflugerville, and then a loss, 1-0 loss at Bastrop.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So you want to do your read, or you want me to do the video?
This puts us here. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll go and give a quick read. Let me tell you about our good friends at Gipper. As you know, we've been partnered with our good friends at Gipper now for about 8 months and have been enjoying it. Love it. They do exceptional stuff in the world of graphics. So Gipper's a way that schools, athletic departments, ADs, and coaches create world-class marketing content. Join over 2,500 coaches, ADs, as well as soccer programs, and use Gipper to create high-quality visual branded graphics for your program. The best part, anyone can do it in seconds on any device. And just for being listeners of the 50/50 podcast, you will get an immediate 10% savings off any first-time Gipper purchase, any of their annual products. So for more information, just go to gipper.com/partner/5050 to learn more. Again, that's gipper.com/partner/5050 for more. And that's going to do it for 1 and 2, right?
No,
Or 3 and 4, I should say 3 and 4.
Going to 1 and 2.
Yep, here we go.
I'm already making the first pick. Lubbock Monterey over Amarillo, Tascosa. 1-6-1. I think I got this one here. It's on me if,
Good job,
if
Harry.
they don't. But Burgess and
Isleta.
Yeah.
Burgess.
both 2 El Paso teams. We couldn't do El Paso without you because
So here, and it's not sentimental whatsoever. This is with my ear close to the ground. I am going to go Isleta in this.
I got Burgess.
So Isleta. So, and I can tell you that right now, just by virtue of the 2-5A versus 1-5A matchup, 2-5A absolutely loaded. Isleta has, again, those, they've played incredibly well against an exceptionally talented Bel Air squad and Del Valle squad. Del Valle squad that they took the penalties, I think, more than once. So they're battle tested. Coach Rudy Garcia, this is their first time in over a decade in the playoffs. I think they got this. I think they can figure this one out over Burgess.
you're rolling with Coach.
I think I want to go with Burgess on this one.
They're going chalk, man. They're soft. So let's go.
Amarillo, Palo Duro, and Abilene Wiley.
Palo Duro.
Yeah.
Speaking of El Paso de Valle or Jefferson?
Del Valle.
Yeah.
Del Valle. Yeah, we missed that one last time.
Tough matchup, though. Jefferson is, again, you got to stop looking at these records in some of these matchups because it's hard not to. But, yeah.
Midlothian and Denton Ryan. I'm assuming Midlothian.
Midlothian. Yeah.
Scott's Wichita Falls Rider or Fort Worth Arlington Heights?
I'm going to go Ryder.
It could be a tough one for. I saw Arlington Heights play last year.
Yeah.
They're tough. They're a tough squad.
Yeah.
But Ryder may have just a little bit more. But remember, they've won state in the past. They've got the history.
Yeah.
It'll be a close game, but I think Wichita Fighters the Ryder will win this one.
Yeah, you can easily make the argument for the other way. Yeah.
Lake Dallas and Cleburne.
Cleburne has seemed, I don't know.
Lake Downs for me.
Yeah, I was going to say
Lake
Dallas.
Dallas.
I was going to say Dallas. Yeah.
That's Legacy.
Lake
If that
Dallas.
matters.
Like,
I don't think so. I think Lake Dallas, yeah.
Fort Worth Northside or Aledo?
Aledo.
Bel Air. I'm assuming over Chapin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Chapin. Yep.
Amarillo Caprock or Lubbock Cooper.
That's an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
I think they're two even teams.
I think Edge here,
I'll be Caprock. I think.
Caprock, slight edge Caprock
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Andrus or Hanks? I'm assuming Andrus.
Andrews.
Andrews.
Yeah.
Abilene or Amarillo?
Like Abilene. Like Abilene boys.
Fort Worth Wyatt or Justin Northwest?
It could be an upset there. It could be
I'm gonna go
District-
Northwest.
district wise. I think it's a. I think
12
5
and
is a little
2.
more lit.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of, is it strong enough for the 4?
4 to beat a 1.
Yeah.
I got Northwest.
Given.
How far is what did Wyatt last year? I think they made a run last year, right?
Yeah. So
I think they made a run
I think was it
no, not last year.
last year. Okay.
let's go Northwest.
I can tell you
Or-
that they've some games they like I said,
You good with Northwestman on this?
I've got Northwest. Yeah. So that's 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Grapevine or Midlothian Heritage?
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
and then with Lothian Heritage moving up from 4A to 5A,
I think
they're not there yet.
Grapevine. I'd say,
Grapevine.
Yeah. Just a little bit more.
White Settlement Brewer and Fort Worth South Hills.
Brewer.
Settlement. Yeah.
And Burleson Centennial and Colleyville Heritage.
There's your guys, man. They started to slip. This is a good matchup. Very good
Centennial.
matchup.
I think Colleyville wins this one.
I like Colleyville. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so back to the top here. Monterey or Burgess? And this would be probably played what?
Midland
Midland.
or Odessa or New Mexico.
New Mexico. Yeah. This Lubbock, Monterey.
Amarillo, Polidoro or El Paso de Valle?
Del Valle.
Del Valle.
Yeah. Tough one.
Midlothian or Wichita Falls, right? I'm assuming
Midlothian.
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 Lake Dallas or Aledo?
I go Lake Dallas.
Like
I don't know.
Dallas.
Yeah. Over Lido, really? You think they can pull it off? Mm-hmm. I don't know. We'll
I
see.
think they can. I don't know if they will.
Why are you picking them then? All right. So yeah, we'll
they
go.
can.
We'll
I
go,
don't know if they will.
Just kind of looking at like Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, for them, they've played up.
Well,
Pretty,
it's
they've
that
played
same-
a tough non-district schedule.
But it's that same argument you were just making with for District 5, though. See, that's my point.
They did
Is-
lose to Justin Northwest 2-0. They did lose to Frisco Memorial 1-0.
Do they have any of the
And they
same?
lost to Dayton Ryan 2-1.
You're talking about Lake Dallas.
Lake Dallas. But like Dallas didn't have a 2. They did sweep Colleyville Heritage twice, and they did beat they beat Verdville, they beat Argyle,
Yeah.
they tied Grapevine. They beat Grapevine once and they tied them
Okay.
one second time. So
Yeah.
I think like Dallas is kind of is battle tested. I think there'll be a like Dallas win.
Who finished? Are you in that district right now?
Yeah, I'll give you the rundown for that for
We
district.
can go. We can push here.
District 7. So yeah, they had Lake Dallas, Grapevine, Colleyville, and Dayton Ryan.
Grapevine was behind them.
Bel Air or Capra?
Bill.
Miller.
Yeah.
Andrus or Abilene?
I think Andrews.
I'm gonna go Andrews. Yeah.
Sets up a El Paso matchup there. Northwest or Grapevine?
Grapevine.
Grapevine.
Brewer or Heritage?
Can they knock off? Is that 2 in a row that they would be? I don't know, man.
I got Brewer.
Yeah.
They've done it before. That one year that no
Yeah.
one expected them to make a.
Yeah.
Just to give you a rundown with Brewer, they did lose to Arlington Heights. They tied Nolan Catholic. They lost to Justin Northwest, and then they had a tie with Wichita Falls Rider and Saginaw.
What do you think?
I'm thinking Colleyville Heritage is going to win that one.
Something is on you because he went Brewer.
I went Brewer.
I like Colleyville.
Moving over to the other side here. Lufkin and Tyler.
Where am I at? Or
I
Down
think
at the bottom.
Lufkin.
oh, bottom. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
Lufkin.
Yeah.
Lucas Lovejoy, I'm assuming over Forney.
Lovejoy.
Longview or Kingwood Park.
Kingwood Park.
Oh, Longview could. I'm leaning towards Longview. I think that they can knock them off.
16 and 15. Man. Yeah, give me. Oh,
Those Humboldt teams are good.
let's go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, Kingwood Park. Tough district. Some mixed
So,
bag.
just real quick, Longview was a regional quarterfinalist last year.
Yeah.
So,
Herman and Ennis.
Assuming Ennis.
yes, Ennis.
Dallas Adams or Dallas Jefferson.
Adams.
And here's where we get into the Frisco schools. Lone Star's Memorial. I'm assuming Lone Star, right?
Lone Star.
Wilson, was it Siganville?
Seagoville. Wilson.
Frisco Heritage or Frisco High?
I think you got to go.
I go
I think
for
you got to go Heritage here.
I got Frisco. The Raccoons.
Yeah.
Heritage.
Heritage. Yeah. I don't see it there.
Corsica or Greenville?
Corsicana.
Of course, Cano.
Corsicana, just on the account of their coach drove to the Tasco convention in a bus to pick up his set of goals that he won, right? My man, Coach Purcell, I think. And yeah, drove to and back from to the Tasco convention to Galveston from Corsicana in a bus to pick up his goals, man. That was pretty good stuff. Awesome story.
Advancing White House over Dayton, I'm assuming. McKinley North and Red Oak.
Red Oak does have a good program,
Yeah.
but I'm going to give the edge to McKinney North.
Agreed.
Nacogdoches or Mount Pleasant.
Nacogdoches.
Yeah.
Independence or Reedy.
That's going to be another tough one.
I got Reedy.
But Reedy's battle tested because they've had Wakeland and
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lone Star.
Lone
I can
Star.
see that, yeah.
White or North Mesquite. Assuming White.
White.
Wakeland or Centennial.
Wakeland.
Yeah.
West Mesquite or Dallas South Oak.
West Mesquite.
West Mesquite.
West Mesquite.
So then coming back the other way, coming back down. West Mesquite or Frisco Wakeland.
Wolverines. Wakeland.
Dallas White, Frisco Reedy.
Reedy.
Really? Yeah.
McKinley North or Nacogdoches.
I'm gonna go Nacogdoches. This can be a close one though.
And McKinney North. The East Texas teams have a lot of trouble with the Dallas
I know.
Metroplex.
That's what I was just thinking
teams.
about. I know. Yeah, maybe slight edge McKinney.
White House or Corsicana.
I think White House gets this one.
White House.
Heritage or Dallas Wilson.
Frisco.
Heritage.
Lone Star or Adams.
Lone Stars.
Ennis or Kingwood Park.
Ennis.
Lovejoy or Lufkin.
Lovejoy.
Lovejoy.
Grapevine or Colleyville Heritage.
District rivals.
End of the road here, maybe for Heritage, I think. I mean,
Could be.
for Colleyville. Yeah.
Grapevine.
And this one's all you. Bel Air and
Bel Air.
Andres.
Now Bel Air.
Bel Air.
Yeah.
Not even close.
No, very.
The same. I'm just gonna leave it at this. The same source on Bel Air was my same source on Isleta. So that should tell you a lot.
Midlothian or Lake Dallas.
Midlothian.
And Lubbock Monterey or El Paso de Valle.
Oh,
Goodbye.
I
I think Monterey.
I think this is not. I know this is not Coach Reichman's one of his most talented squads this year. So I lean slight edge here, Lubbock Monterey. That said, though, in terms of we know coaching matters, right? Especially when we start getting into these deeper rounds. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but I think slight edge there, Lubbock Monterey.
Battle of Frisco, Wakeland, or Reedy? Third and second and 9.
Man, this is like what happened last year with Wakeland.
I don't know why you guys are even entertaining this
Wakeland.
until they prove otherwise. Exactly,
Right.
you got to go Wakeland, man.
But could this be the year for Reedy that finally?
They say that every
Slay
year
the
with
year.
Wakeland. You know, they say that they've already got their reservations booked in Georgetown. It's just
Kind of looking. They did lose to Wakeland 4-2, and they lost 2-1. So yeah, Wakeland did sweep them.
you know,
But
this is
it's tough to beat them a third time.
right. This is the gold standard, though, in terms of just both programs in the state, right? And they know how to just manage things and take things to a different level in the tournament, because you have to look at it right is which teams know, understand well the coaching, the talent, the pedigree, the experience that can win 7 games, right? So when you look at it from that perspective,
Yeah.
there's only so many, right? And then of course along the way you have to get lucky too. So
North or White House? McKinley North.
White House.
I don't know. I have a good feeling McKinney North. Just kind of looking.
I think it's that same thing what you were just talking about with
Here's the thing.
McKinney and
North,
Nacogdoches.
McKinney North has a 3-0 win over Dripping Springs. They did lose to Lone Star 2-1. They lost to to McKinney High. They lost to Princeton. They did tie Lovejoy, but they lost to Pitt and PKs. But ever since then, they've been on a roll.
I just kind of view this as the same way you're looking at that matchup with White House and what was it, or not White House, McKinney and Nacogdoches, right? Is some of those teams in that area or those general areas with the DFW schools, say slight edge McKinney North.
Heritage and Lone Star. We've already got 1 9 and a 13. So do we get a
Frisco
second
region.
9?
I think this is Lone Star's year.
I got Lone Star as well.
Yeah. What do you call it, Harry? The Frisco Invitational?
Yes. Ennis and Lovejoy.
There they are again. Lovejoy.
Yeah, I think Lovejoy.
So which then would set up. All right, so we'll go back here. Lone Star or Lovejoy? I think we did that last year, right?
Lone Star.
Lone Star.
And then at the top, Wakeland or McKinley North?
Wakeland.
Yeah, I know we did that. Monterey or Midlothian?
Midlothian.
And then Bel Air or Grapevine?
I'm going Bel Air.
Yeah, this is Bel Air's year. I think they have the squad to beat Grapevine. Grapevine's not the same as they were last year.
Yeah. All indications are is this El Paso Bel Air squad might be Coach Sergio Delgado's best ever.
So regional final for 1 would be Midlothian versus Bel Air, and for 2, Wakeland Lone Star. So I'm assuming Lone Star would be the favorite since they're the champions of the district.
Yeah, these two can't escape each other.
No.
Right, Wakeland and Lone Star. So this is the one that I've always kind of been curious is this is the year, right? If there's anyone that's going to knock Wakeland off their throne, like they're Wakeland's two, so to put it this way, right? You look at these matchups here, Wakeland's 2 pieces of kryptonite are right here within 2 of these other 3 teams here, right? Lone Star and ironically Bel Air.
6-time regional champion, defending champion.
They split the season series in district.
Right, which is always the case. Yeah. What was the score in those? What was the score in
The
those?
first one was Wakeland. They lost actually at home 1-0 to Wakeland, and then the second round they
2-1.
beat 2-1 at Wakeland.
Wakeland.
It's those inconsistencies that just.
I think this is the year Lone Star finally gets it together, and they take the next step. They end the dynasty right here.
And the reason why I'm inclined to agree with you is just because I can't. Yeah, Wakeland's had their hiccups in district with Lone Star, but I don't know that I've ever seen them have. I can't remember was the last time I seen them have a district record like that. You know.
Yeah,
So you're going Lone Star?
I think this is Lone Star's year.
I got Wakeland.
I'm gonna probably regret this one, but I'm gonna say
It's for Lone Star. I think this might be now or never, because I think next year I think they are going to take a drop, and like Wakeland's probably going to be stronger. This is if they're going to do it, they have to do it this year, and I think they're going to do it this year. I think that pieces probably come together now. I think they're going to learn from that loss last year, and these kids are going to be motivated.
rubber match here.
Yeah.
Give me the district champs.
Okay.
So then, what about the other side of Region 1?
Bel Air.
So the DFW schools traditionally we struggle with some of the El Paso schools in terms of style. So yeah, I can see this. These are going to make for interesting matchups here. So, but yeah, Bel Air.
All right, so that will wrap up Region 1 and 2 of 5A. Any final thoughts before we end the broadcast?
Nothing. I think we just probably play our video, right? And then we can phase out.
College Promoters USA, founded and located in San Antonio, operates as the only family-owned college recruiting company in Texas that brings a truly professional, local, and face-to-face approach to area high school student athletes and their families. As the lead sponsor and proud supporter of the 50/50 podcast, alongside Coach Hector Cano, College Promoters is proud to be elevating its support for the college soccer recruiting process more than any other service in the country. If your son or daughter is serious about competing in college soccer, call College Promoters USA directly at 210-494-6363 or visit collegepromotersusa.com anytime. College Promoters USA, the best investment a parent can make in their high school student athlete.